said
That's
Buttercup.
good. And if you refresh this
The
page
animals
again,
did
you will
not
see
want
that
Buttercup
this test user has come back again. Okay, so let's just delete this again. And now we will schedule a task.
Hi, my name is Emily Cook, and I proudly represent the Oologah FFA chapter. September 6th is National Read an Ag Book Day, so today I will be reading you Buttercup the Clumsy Cow by Julia Moffett and Lisa Williams. Action. Buttercup was clumsy. She always kicked over the milk pail. Whoops, said Buttercup. Buttercup went for a walk. She met a hen. Hello, said the hen. Hi, my name is Emily Cook, and I proudly represent the Oologah FFA chapter. September 6th is National Read an Ag Book Day, so today I will be reading you Buttercup the Clumsy Cow by Julia Moffett and Lisa Williams. Action. Buttercup was clumsy. She always kicked over the milk pail. Whoops, said Buttercup. Buttercup went for a walk. She met a hen. Hello, said the hen. Buttercup tripped. She fell onto the nest. Whoops, said Buttercup. Buttercup was hungry. She went to find food. She ran into the other cows. Whoops, said Buttercup. The animals did not want Buttercup around them. She was too clumsy. One night, Buttercup heard a noise. Help, cried the hens. Buttercup went to look. Crash! She fell on top of a fox. The farmer ran outside. Buttercup saved the hens, he yelled. The animals thanked Buttercup. Buttercup saved the day.
What does the fox say? What the fox say? No one told you life was gonna be this way. Your job's a joke, you broke, your love life's the away. It's like you're always stuck in second gear, when it hasn't been your day, your week, your month, or even your year. But I'll be there for you when the rain starts to fall. I'll be there for you. I'll be there for you, 'cause you're there for me too. You're still in bed at 10 and work again at 8. You burned your breakfast so far, things are going great. Your mother
If you're not finished with your meal, please feel free to continue. Once the slideshow is over, we will begin our awards presentation.
Yeah! Little John! That one was good. Okay!
Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for. You've been searching in the dark, your sweat soaking through the floor. And buried in your bones, there's an ache that you can't ignore. Taking your breath, stealing your mind, and all that was real is left behind. Don't fight it, it's coming for you, running at you. It's only this moment, don't care what can gather. You feel a dream, can't you see, getting closer. Just surrender, cause you feel the feeling taking over. It's fire, it's freedom, it's flooding open. It's a picture in the pulpit and your blind devotion. There's something breaking at the brick of every wall, it's holding all that you know. So tell me, do you want to go? Where it's covered in all the color lights, where the runaways are running the night. Impossible comes true, it's taking over you. We light it up, we won't come down, and the sun can't stop us now.
busted.
Just FYI, he's not here, but I'm doing it now. My name is Juicy. Yeah! And I have a big caboosey. Yeah! Thank you.
Going through my closet the other day, I found an old yearbook, flipped right to the page of that senior trip down there on that Panama Strip. We all started yelling when we smelled the beach. Couldn't wait to try our fake IDs. We only had a few days and a whole lot of memories to make. Oh man, we were living, didn't waste 1 minute. We talked and drank and danced and said goodbye. We laughed until we cried. This past year my family was sitting cross-legged round the Christmas tree listening to Granddad. We all knew it'd probably be his last. He was cracking jokes and we were taking turns telling stories about fishing or lessons learned out on the porch with him. We all felt like kids again. Oh man, we were living, sitting there reminiscing. We sang and talked and traveled back in time. We laughed until we cried. The best days under the sun, every emotion rolled into one. A little of this, a little of that, kinda happy, kinda sad. Just the other night the baby was crying, so I got out of bed and rocked her a while, and I held her tight and I told her it would be alright. My mind went back to a few years ago when we tried so long we almost gave up hope. And I remember you coming in and telling me the news. Oh man, we were living, going crazy in the kitchen. We danced and screamed and held each other tight. We laughed until we cried.
Taylor Wade, Courtney Black, and Jessica Sager, please come forward to deliver the creed.
The FFA Creed by Ian Tiffany. I believe in the future of agriculture, with a faith born not of words, but of deeds. Achievements won by the present and past generations of agriculturalists, in the promise of better days through better ways, even as the better things we now enjoy have come to us from the struggles of former years.
I believe that to live and work on a good farm, or to be engaged in other agricultural pursuits, is pleasant as well as challenging, for I know the joys and discomforts of agricultural life, and hold an inborn fondness for those associations which, even in hours of discouragement, I cannot deny.
I believe in leadership from ourselves and respect for others. I believe in my own ability to work efficiently and think clearly with such knowledge and skill as I can secure, and in the ability of the progressive agriculturalists to serve our own and the public interest in producing and marketing the product of our toil.
I believe in less dependence on begging and more power in bargaining. and a life abundant, and enough honest wealth to help make it so, for others as well as myself, and less need for charity, and more of it when needed, being happy myself and playing square with those whose happiness depends upon me.
I believe that American agriculture can and will hold true to the best traditions of our national life, and that I can exert and influence in my home and community, which will stand solid for my part in that inspiring task. Thank you.
Thank you all for reciting that timeless piece that holds so true to our organization. Let's give them a round of applause. At this time, I would ask for all the officers to come forward to help bestow the Discovery FFA degree upon the 8th grade members. I would also ask that all 8th grade members please come to the front and stand in a line.
President, I have the applications for 30 students enrolled in our program who are candidates for the Discovery FFA degree.
Our Constitution outlines minimum qualifications for this degree. Ms. Leonard, have all candidates met the requirements? The Secretary will read the names of successful candidates.
Your 2021-22 8th grade Discovery degree candidates are Jackson Baker, Kendall Wement, Bryce Byers, Boston Brashears, Isabella Calvary, Justin Capelli, Kason Cook, Wrangler Dix, Easton Dozier, Sage Duff, Whitney Fig, Gentry Griswold, Jace Hedman, Taylor Henderson, Bailey Hoffman, Faith Coster, Kate Lofton, Griffin Mullen, Alex Mackey, Tyler Mathis, Allie McKee, Marlene McLaughlin, Liberty Meitzer, Warren Pierce, Riley Riedel, Tyler Robertson, Josh Stahey, Jaden Tanner, Aries Turney, and Cash Ward.
Candidates, you're about to receive the Discovery FFA degree in a national organization of members who will become the leaders of the broad industry of agriculture. Will you strive to continue to develop your personal and professional skills through participation in the FFA? If so, answer, we will.
I'm proud to add these names to the list of our membership embarking on a journey of professional growth and premier leadership development, which will lead them to career success in the broad field of agriculture.
Today you will take a step in an exciting journey, which one to provide you with experience which will set a foundation for success that will carry throughout your life. I challenge you to grasp all opportunities offered and wish you every success in every journey. Congratulations to you all. Every year, Ms. Smith and I choose an outstanding, and sometimes it's hard to just choose one. So this year, out of this group, everybody is incredibly active. They take on every challenge that's accepted and do it very well. But this year, our 2-star Discovery degree candidates is Ms. Liberty Meitzer and Mr. Alex Mackey.
Thank you, Discovery degree recipients. You may be seated. At this time, I would ask for the green hand degree recipients to come forward and stand in line.
Madam President, I have the applications for 35 students who are candidates for the Green Hand FFA degree.
Our Constitution outlines minimum qualifications for this degree. Ms. Smith, do all the candidates meet their requirements? The Secretary will read the names of the successful candidates.
The Green Hand degree recipients are Caitlin Alves, Trenton Briley, Darren Dobbins, Kylan Hari, Dally Hill, Cole Jones, Charles Newton, Courtney Orion, Memphis Parker, Trista Parkman, Reagan Smith, Braden Whale, Wally, Anna Baldus, Courtney Blagg, Nisi Blakely, Jax Burchett, Brody Calico, Corey Franklin, Zach Garcia, David Golightly, Colton Hollenbach, Rogan Kelly, Taylor McKee, Aiden Myers, Alex Reed, Jessica Sager, Cody Smith, Jaden Stanford, Brayden Stovall, Tyler Stovall, Ross Turner, Kaylee Vandenberg, Braden Wade, Taylor Wade, and Emily White.
Candidates, you are about to receive the Green Hand FFA degree in a national organization of members who expect to enter a career in the industry of agriculture. Will you strive to further develop your abilities through active participation in the FFA? If so, answer, we will.
The pin worn by the Green Hand is made of bronze. Because of its hardness and endurance, bronze has been used for ages by those who sought a better substitution for crude instruments. May those qualities of hardness and endurance carry you far in our organization. Your future is before you. Through hard work and wise decisions, you can attain the highest place in our organization. Also, we do a Star Green Hand every year. This recipient this year has been involved in everything that she possibly could, has always come in through the door with a positive attitude, and is always willing to go above and beyond for our other members. And that person would be Miss Reagan Smith.
Thank you, Green Hand recipients. You may be seated. At this time, I would ask for the chapter degree recipients to come forward and stand in line.
Madam President, it is my privilege to announce the 21 members that are candidates for the chapter FFA degree.
Our Constitution sets up minimum qualifications which must be met before members advance to a higher degree. Ms. Leonard, have all these candidates met their requirements? The Secretary will read the names of successful candidates.
Your 2020-2021 chapter degree candidates are Corey Eaton, Fisher Horton, Caleb Kelly, Bryson McGuire, Matt McGuire, Jerome Sills, Nathan Slayton, Audrey Stratton, Jake York, Nick York, Boone Bennett, Nathan Berryman, Abby Reed, Brody Sappington, Josie Wood, Emily Cook, Kendra Wake, Paige Pilkington, Caleb Roberts, Haley Weir, and Addie Dobbins.
The pin symbolizing the chapter FFA degree is made of silver. Just as there are metals more precious than silver, there are more precious laurels to be worn in our organization. It is our hope that you reach these higher goals in our organization. I am pleased to present you with the silver pin of the chapter FFA degree. Let's give the chapter degree recipients a round of applause. Thank you. You may be seated.
Twice a year, the Oologah FFA chapter sells blue and gold and DJ meats to raise money to support our chapter activities. We would like to recognize the top meat salesman for the 2020-2021 school year. Would Mr. Cash Lord please come up and accept his award?
An award that we implemented about 6 years ago is called the Workhorse Award. The story behind this award is those that go above and beyond to help around here, help for chapter members. We always like to recognize those kids that maybe aren't into like the speeches, the agri-science fair, but they still work really hard around here. We have 3 recipients of that this year. We'll talk about each one of them just a little bit. We have Kendra Jones, who is always willing to take anybody under their wing and make them feel welcome here and help in any way she can. We have Morgan Allen, who is willing to literally hurt herself in the face of getting something done around here. We need to put her in a bubble. And then finally, we have Gage Arnold, who is everywhere helping everybody.
I would like to invite Crystal Black, President of the Booster Club, to come forward at this time for the Booster Club's award presentation.
Guys for coming this evening. I would like to have John Mackey and Stacy Brashears join me up here, because it's not just me on this booster club, it takes a village. So I'd like to introduce John Mackey. He is our treasurer. Stacy Brashears is our publicity officer, and we are missing Dana McGuire. She is our vice president. She's over at the baseball field, and our secretary is Dee Smith, and she is out of town this evening. So just a little bit about our booster club. What we're here for is to help and support the chapter and supply whatever needs. Those teachers say, hey, can we get this? And we take a quick vote, and whatever we can do for them, we will. So just a quick couple of our fundraisers that we do. We've had 2 very successful stock shows that we do every year, and it takes a village to put those on. So I just want to thank all of our help and our sponsors that help do that, as well as our fish fry that we do every October. We were able to purchase for our chapter this year this complete sound system that we have in our arena. We were able to purchase that this year. If you've seen in our kitchen, we did a total remodel of the kitchen, which makes it a joy to use now. We help to provide meals for the kids at state convention and any contest, as well as camp scholarships. We also provide a $500 scholarship to each senior who receives the state FFA degree, which we would like to go ahead and present those seniors at the moment, as well as a thank you gift to all seniors. So if you guys could join me as I call your name. Katie Kellogg. Cole Franklin. Hunter Horton. Bailey Runner. Peyton Clyde. Reagan Key. Kendra Jones. Courtney Dennis. And then Trista Parkman. Tucker Stanford. Bryce Stevens. Jared Hayden. Ivory Ruffle. Josh Robinson. Wyatt Taylor. Morgan Allen. Alan Lager. And Eden Gordon. Thank you guys for all your hard work and being with us for most of you guys for 5 years. So thank you. And just a quick thank you to our hardworking teachers. These ladies devote so much of their time to our kids. Depending on the time of year, they spend more time with our kids than we do. So we would just like to give them a small token of our appreciation. Yep. And then just a quick mention, I know Ms. Smith won't let anybody know this if you didn't already see it on Facebook, but she did receive the 2021 Outstanding Early Career Tech Teacher from Oklahoma State. That would like to join the Booster Club, we would love to have you. Thanks.
I gotta find my nose. Okay, so now we're at the point of the night where Leonard and I are going to talk about some of our teams and activities throughout the year to kind of give you guys an overview and recognize some outstanding members who have participated in some stuff. But first, I'd like to just say a big thank you to everybody for making this year happen. I know that a lot of stuff was up in the air, but due to like our administration having our back, to parents being willing to get their kids back out there and do things, we were able to do a lot of great things this year, and without everybody pitching in, it wouldn't have happened. So thank you everybody for everything that you've done. And special thanks to my husband for being a single parent a lot of the time this spring, so couldn't do it without him at home. So we're going to roll into talking about livestock. Okay, so I will say the livestock industry is what kept us going this summer. They did not stop. I think there was way more livestock shows this year than there has been in a long time because agriculture didn't stop. So it was pretty great to have that time with the kids, and we just kept rolling. So on the goat show team, we had 17 showmen that participated in that group. We had 5 showmen that showed cattle, and then we had Braden Wayne, our lone poultry showman, but just because she's by herself, you guys saw all her plaques in the hallway, so she's done a good job of that this year as well. And I'm not going to read off all the names. If you guys are curious, they are in the program of who all was participants in that. This year, National Convention did look different. It was held virtually. There was a picture in the slideshow. We socially distanced in the auditorium and watched it together, even though it was actually a train wreck because we missed our session. And then we watched something that wasn't our session, but we got out of an hour of class and 8 came, so I guess that was a positive out of it. But a couple things that were recognized for Oologah FFA at the virtual national convention is that we were recognized as a 3-star chapter this year, which is the highest award that you can receive as a chapter. And we did have 2 American degree candidates, Jesse Rader and Blake Runner, were given their American degree. And then on to Agri-Science Fair. I'm sure you guys have noticed all these wonderful boards around the room. That is something that we take a lot of pride in here at Oologah. We had 25 projects. I believe it was like 37 or 38 kids that followed through when it came to the end. And they rocked it this year. We had projects ranging from decomposing cow legs to making concrete, to looking at the 5-second rule, how to loosen rusty bolts on equipment that's been sitting outside for 20 years. We looked at different methane levels produced by different livestock manure. There's all kinds of stuff around the room, and the kids did really cool projects. We had 8 projects that were state champions and will be receiving a belt buckle in about 3 more weeks. And as a crew, we won the sweepstakes award, which is the really big trophy as you guys walk in, which is a really big deal. So congrats to those kids for that. And then on to some other teams. So if I'm about to call these 4 boys' names, so we had an environmental science team, went to state. It would be Hunter Horton, Cole Franklin, Fisher Horton, and Easton Dozier. If you guys could come forward and get your team picture. They were a fun group. They were real patient. We maybe weren't as prepared as we should have been, and our GPSs were not reading correctly, but they went with it. So congratulations, boys, on your state contest. And then we have the marketing girls. So ag marketing is a project where you have to put together a portfolio where you're trying to present like why a company is good to work for. Yeah, they were on their own on this, and they pulled out a 5th place state title, 5th place. So we got Reagan McKee, Katie Kellogg, and Bailey Runner on the ag marketing team. Okay, and then we have Agricultural Issues Forum, which was Riley Smith, Laramie Blakely, Emily Cook, Addie Dobbins, and Matt McGuire. They actually were state champions, and they will all be receiving a belt buckle as well. Their topic was over coffee production, and so they are experts about coffee coffee production if you have any questions. They need to be prepared for the national contest, so hit them with anything that you can think of. But congratulations to these guys. They started practicing the week after Thanksgiving. So we practiced 1 to 2 times a week, drilled with questions whenever we could, and it paid off in the end. We beat Kingfisher. If anybody knows anything, that's a big deal. So. And then state convention happened in April. We had an awesome convention. It was a little unconventional with only having X amount of tickets and not allowing parents to come in and all, like, it was crazy. Oh, quiz bowl. Sorry. Freshman quiz bowl. Well, I didn't really train freshman quiz bowl. That would be Miss Boone, which I was going to get to her a little bit later down the line, but some of you guys are probably confused when a random girl stood up and did the advisor part, but Miss Boone was our student teacher this spring, was an amazing addition to the program, is now going to be, officially going to be an ag teacher. She's got herself a job. She trained these kiddos. We had Trenton Briley, Reagan Smith, Braden Wade, and Courtney Black. They met first thing in the morning. They always all meet me here, and they practice very early in the morning. So they made it to state. We have not had a team make it to state in 6 years, I believe. So they were top 5 in the district and then moved on to the state level contest. So congratulations to you guys. Okay, back to convention. We had some pretty cool things that were actually recognized. We actually had 2 district stars. You girls will just stand up. They've seen your faces a lot today, but Reagan McKee and Bailey Runner, they were district star. Bailey was district star farmer, and Reagan was district star in agri-science. So they represented the Northeast District at the convention and received a little bit of a scholarship for that achievement. So congratulations to those 2. We had 3 proficiency award winners, which means that you are saying that you have the best project in a certain area in the state. It's a pretty big deal. It's a very extensive application process, and those winners would have been Emma. She's a little bit of a has-been, but got to put the blue jacket back on again. But Emma Llewellyn, she was the plant science research winner. Laramie Blakely won diversified livestock, and Riley Smith won ag communication. So they will be turning in their stuff for the national contest. And then finally, we were recognized again for being a 3-star chapter. We were also recognized for Models of Excellence, which was saying we were the top 5. I think we were considered number 3 chapter in the state for the year. And then we were also recognized for Premier Chapter Award in building community based on an activity that we turned in our application. So we had a really, really great state convention this year. I'm going to pass the mic on to Ms. Moore.
Okay, bear with me, I have a list. No, I'm kidding. I really kind of do. First and foremost, I want to start off by saying a big thanks to my family, Wade, Guest, Chelsea, Cade, and my mama. These 5 people keep my world going round with phone calls, good conversations, and updates from college rodeos, and of course, a little politics occasionally. I want to recognize and thank our administration and our staff. Like Ms. Smith said, they have our back. Mr. Gertz and Ms. Taylor make sure we have all of our paperwork turned in, and Mr. Hogue and Mr. Jackson, Ms. Martinez. Mr. Hogue, I think he's been to state tennis tournament. He's been to baseball. He and his wife Shelley make a conscious effort to try to be at everything and support the district-wide, and we deeply appreciate them and their support as well. Where Mr. Hogue can't be, Mr. Jackson is there, and we deeply appreciate them, and then they've made it around the, I think, state tonight, and then they're back in the corner and enjoying dinner with us as well. Having said that, I lost my place. Another hats off to my teaching partner, Ms. Smith. It definitely takes 2 to divide and conquer and accomplish our chapter's accomplishments. Whether both of us are on the road at contest or one of us have to stay back and hold down the fort. It takes 2, and our program is very blessed to have a two-teacher program in the state of Oklahoma with as many budget cuts and what not is coming. 4 years ago, I had the privilege of lending a hand and kind of helping Ms. Smith out on her side of things when she and Zach decided to have their 2 baby girls with 2 maternity leaves and whatnot. And then I deeply want to appreciate her time on my behalf in 2020 with 3 very close family deaths within 8 months of my family. And she was there to support me and help in any endeavor, and that means the world to me. I think if this year has taught any of us or anything, it's that tomorrow is not guaranteed. A recap on 2021 school year. Things have been challenging. We have learned to be flexible in pretty much every situation in order to make things happen, whether that's wear a mask, checking emails, and wondering if speech contests, CDs, camps, conventions, and conferences are truly going to happen in person or perhaps just virtual. Having said that, a lot of us tried to dodge quarantine as well, and we did, in the fact that quarantine came right during county fair for some of us, and dodging quarantine, but we did it together, and some of us literally dodged it together. With an example of watching county fair for the first time in my life virtually with Bailey Runner and Larry Blakely on my back porch via a computer and live stream through county fair, catching updates and whatnot. Well, we all have been affected one way or another over the past year, and some of us truly missed out on events, milestones, and memories we can never get back, but we look for the positive in every situation, and even at times seem like it's completely out of reach. I want to take a moment and bring some positive light to the past year and Oologah FFA has accomplished as a chapter, as individuals, and contribution to our community. In June and July of 20, I had the opportunity to work with and collaborate with the Talala mayor, former basketball coach, Candy Dameron, and come up with some information and ideas for a community garden, filling out a PSO STEM grant, giving our chapter $5,000. And in lieu of that, my horticulture class had the opportunity to go to Talala, winterize beds. We went back in the spring, and my little horticulture girls, I deeply appreciate them. Emily Cook, Abby Reed, Josie Wood, Bailey Runner, and occasionally Morgan Bement. And I deeply appreciate them. And if you drive by Oologah, right behind, is it the library ladies? Is 3 big watering tanks that we've converted into community gardens. There's lettuce, tomatoes, onions, maybe a few other things, and thanks to Miss Blakely helping us out with some planting ideas and endeavors for sure. August through October kind of kicks off livestock season for us. Many sheep and swine exhibitors exhibited at Oologah, Collinsville, Rogers County, and Tulsa State Fair, even having 7 exhibitors on the national level at the American Royal. And not only do students have focused in the livestock world in the fall, we also focus on sporting plays. And there's several kids, there's like 32 that come out to practice, and only 12 of those are selected for the junior team and the senior team. I want to recognize our senior team, making it, they were second at regionals, and advancing to state, placing 12th out of 34 at state. And these gentlemen spend hours, and occasionally we have ladies, but we didn't this year. They spend hours working on their marksman skills and critiquing those, and it's pretty impressive to watch them. If our state qualifying team would come forward, if you're here this evening, that would be, I lost my spot, sorry. Gabe Grazer, Cole Franklin, Bryce Stevens, Max Henson, Josh Robertson, Quentin Godding, and I think that might be all of them. These gentlemen were 12th out of 34 teams at the state contest in Oklahoma City back in November. Recognizing our junior team, they were 7th out of 44 teams at the regional contest, is Brody Calico, Braden Stovall, Cody Smith, Corey Franklin, Bryce Stevens, and Easton Dozier. In the livestock world this fall, we had 9 sheep on feed, 6 of 6 sheep exhibitors making the Rogers County Premium Sale, with 4 being breed champions and 1 reserve champion. Reserve senior showman earning a 4 years tuition waiver scholarship and claiming the title of reserve intermediate championship in the sheep show barn as well. Congratulations to Reagan and Riley Smith on their accomplishments in the sheep barn. In the swine barn, we had 48 pigs on feed and had 10 of our 12 swine exhibitors make the Rogers County Fair premium sale, with 5 breed champions, 1 reserve breed champion, both senior showman champion as well as reserve senior showman champion came out of the Oologah swine barn. And congratulations to Matt McGuire and Hunter Horton on these accomplishments in the swine division. Moving on to Tulsa State Fair, we had 3 sheep placed in the top 8 and 6 pigs placed in the top 10, with Hunter Horton qualifying a pig for the Tulsa State Fair premium sale. Congratulations to Hunter and his family on that accomplishment. Right in the heart of livestock season and sporting play season in the fall is also opening and closing ceremony season. I typically put together 2 8th grade teams alongside Miss Smith's 9th grade teams, which help kind of get our 8th graders' little feet wet in the public speaking endeavors. And we took those kiddos to Owasso and Pawhuska, and 12 out of our 38th graders you've seen up here had the opportunity and got out of their comfort zones in the public speaking endeavor. November and December, we kind of spend researching, outlining, and editing speeches, and coming up with agri-science fair topics. They got to have that stuff to Ms. Smith to okay that. And then January and February, we kind of transition into the memorization of our speeches, working on their agri-science presentations, working on CDE practices when we can squeeze it in between virtual and distance learning this year, and making sure everybody's there. And we can't forget our 2 weeks vacation that kind of set us aside too. Ms. Smith and I were talking, and we feel like some of this stuff that happened last fall literally feels like it happened like 2 years ago. It just seems like it was kind of way long time ago. March and April, we all, meaning students, parents, Ms. Smith, myself, and Ms. Boone, put on our skates for a fast forward pace marathon, making sure Mr. Dozier, Erna, had a bus ready for us, speech contest, CDEs, agri-science, state convention, and speeches. Our speech year was absolutely phenomenal. We drug around 18 prepared public speakers and 3, as you've seen earlier, Creed contest kiddos. We had 9 advanced to the Northeast area contest, and we had 1 phenomenal young lady, first year to give a speech, 9th grade Opportunities Division, Ms. Taylor McKee. Congratulations to her on her determination and perfection, 4th place at the state contest this year. Congratulations to her. Alongside some of our other CDE teams, we had floriculture, and floriculture team consisted of Peyton Clyde. Can you come forward? Ms. Smith has your picture. Peyton Clyde, Abby Reed, and Ivory Riffle. We competed at Connors, NEO, and the state contest, and when she wasn't devoting her time to the state-winning Aggie Issues team, Miss Emily Cook would fill in on the floriculture team, going to other contests as well. I don't want to forget, it's not an FFA situation, but Miss Brooke Munson also was one of our FFA members this year that received the Rogers State College 4-year tuition waiver in the horse club, 4-H horse club. So we had 3 kids from Oologah acquire a 4-year tuition waiver to Rogers State College in their endeavors and hard work with their livestock and whatnot. We deeply appreciate them and their hard work and dedication with all that. May is here, and we can't believe it. Here we are at Banquet, a recognition of early mornings and late nights, accomplishments as a chapter, team, and individuals. I'm really about done. With all the accomplishments over the past year mentioned, competitors in leadership development events, career development events, exhibitors in the show ring can dust off their plaques and medals, reflect on moments and memories, and yes, even shed a tear or two, which I told them I would not cry, and I've held that so far, guys. I think we can all agree on one thing. This year has been challenging in more ways than one. However, as a community, a school district, FFA chapter, and individuals, we can safely say we finished, and we finished strong. I want to leave you all with this. Our FFA chapter is driven to help and assist students grow personally, professionally, and in their accomplishments through competitions, through the classroom setting, and as well in life itself. In a world full of no guarantees, darkness at times, and uncharted waters over the past year, it is our job at home as parents and at school as adults and teachers to lead our students by example, by instilling loyalty, because it's hard to find, by instilling trust, because it's easy to lose, by instilling respect, because it's our path to a positive set of life morals, and instill good character values in ourselves and our kids, because actions definitely speak louder than words that strongly reflect and define the person we truly are and the role models we truly want to be. Congratulations to all of you on your endeavors in the classroom, outside competitions, and in life itself. Good job.
Okay, so we've done stars for the Green Hand and the Discovery kiddos. If you notice, the sophomores and juniors kind of get the shaft of things. They don't get as many special awards. But the seniors, we also do stars for seniors. We have a couple categories that we're going to recognize this evening. So first we're going to talk about our senior star in agri-science for the chapter is going to be Miss Reagan McKee. And then we have star placement candidate. She's going to be the winner for the chapter, be Katie Kellogg. And then our star farmer is Miss Bailey Runner. Congratulations. They all ran at the district level, just for the record. They all did the record books and all the hard work to get that. So, congratulations, girls. Katie, you're in.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the past 5 years, I got to share a lot of firsts and lasts. Oh, it's on? It is always a pleasure to receive honorary membership into the FFA. The purpose of this ceremony is to recognize from time to time the efforts of others made on our behalf. Mr. Secretary, please read the section of the National Constitution which provides for honorary membership.
Honorary membership. Farmers, school superintendents, principals, members of boards of education, business people, and others who are helping to advance agricultural education. And the FFA, who have rendered our outstanding service, may be elected to honorary membership.
Mr. Secretary, will you introduce those who are to receive this honor?
Madam President, members and guests, I am pleased to introduce the following honorary member candidates. Okay, so I'm going to go a little off script here. The first two are Miss Wade, Mr. Wade and Stacia Brewer. They catch all the fish for our fish fry in the fall. I want to recognize them personally because they truly do put in a ton of time and hard work into that specific event, and a lot of countless hours that are all volunteered. And the next person is Miss Sonny Gertz, and she is our school secretary. Personally, I've been in her office a lot because I'm gone all the time. And if our ag teachers fail to let people know that people are going to be gone for that FFA event, she usually knows that and get that taken care of. So thanks to you guys.
Can you guys please come up here? Honorary members, will you please come up here? Will the officers please take their places beside you?
I welcome you as friends of the FFA. It is my privilege as chaplain to extend to each of you the symbolic hand clasp of friendship and brotherhood.
As a reporter, I am pleased to inform you that the FFA is a national youth organization whose purpose is to develop agricultural leaders. Welcome to membership.
Your contributions as a useful citizen in our democracy serves as an example for our members to follow. As treasurer, I welcome you to our organization.
The FFA needs counsel and guidance from recognized leaders. It is my pleasure as secretary to add your names to the roll of honorary FFA members.
As Vice President, I welcome you to the FFA. I would inform you that our members learn to appreciate the dignity of labor. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much.
On behalf of every member, I wish to say that we are proud to have you as honorary members.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the past 5 years, I've got to share a lot of firsts and lasts in this baby runner. One of my absolute favorite firsts is right before our first ever FFA speech contest. As we're making our way to the short bus, Bailey asked me, "Katie, will you sit by me on the bus?" And I couldn't have been any happier. Another one of my favorite firsts is for the first time when we realized that Katie Kellogg and Bailey Runner had the same names as Katie Smith and Bailey Cleaver, and it absolutely blew our minds. Of course, for the past 5 years, it's been nothing but exciting to be a part of the Katie and Bailey show. And that's why I am so excited to get to be a part of one more final time. So, for the last time, your 2020-2021 Oologah FFA President, Bailey Runner.
Having a good time, having a good time. A shooting star leaping through the sky like a tiger, defying the laws of gravity. I'm a racing car passing by like Lady Godiva. I'm gonna go, go, go. There's no stopping me. I'm burning through the sky, yeah. 200 degrees, that's why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit. I'm traveling at the speed of light. I wanna make a supersonic man out of you. Don't stop me now. I'm having such a good time. I'm having a ball. Don't stop me now. If you wanna have a good time, just give me a call.
But ended up spilling coffee all over yourself at breakfast. All in all, every little thing just keeps adding up, and the next thing you know, you're Alexander having a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day. You see, as much as we try to avoid these bad days, they always seem to show up, and they always seem to show up at the worst times. But how do you handle these bad days? Do you let them bring you down and ruin your entire week, or do you shake it off and start fresh the next day? Well, let me tell you, being involved in the agriculture industry, you are bound to have many bad days. I think we can all agree with this. But it's those bad days that make the good ones so much more special. Growing up in a family that was heavily involved in the agriculture industry, it was kind of expected for me to be part of this industry as well. But little did I know when I was age 5 and I got my first show heifer, how many difficult, challenging tough days I would have ahead. Showing livestock throughout my youth allowed me to enroll in the FFA organization in the 8th grade, and after watching my brother go through this organization for a few years, I was more than happy to enroll myself. But I had no idea how involved I would be in this organization. You see, if you came up to me 5 years ago and told me I would soon be competing at the national level for either science fair or been a part of a state CDE winning team and competed at the national level with that, or been the district star farmer and competed at the state level, or created many speeches and gave at all public speaking events, I would have looked at you and told you were crazy. There was no way. You see, that's what the FFA organization has to offer. The FFA organization offers so many opportunities to young adults to learn and grow and become a part of the agriculture industry. But with these opportunities, like anything else, requires a lot of hard work and determination. Now, I'll be honest with y'all. There were days when I dreaded going to the ag barn, especially in 8th grade, in the middle of winter, when you had to walk from the middle school to the ag barn in the freezing cold weather with 20-mile-per-hour wind hitting you in the face. But even on those days I dreaded, and even on the days that I really just didn't want to go to school, I still did, because I knew that if I wanted to be successful in this organization, I had to dedicate time and effort, even when I didn't want to. So I'm sure all of you are familiar with the late NBA All-Star basketball player Kobe Bryant. And if you're not, he played in the NBA for 20 seasons with the Los Angeles Lakers. He was a 5-time NBA champion as well as a 3-time NBA MVP. What stands out to me about Kobe Bryant was not only his skills and ability to play the sport of basketball, but his mentality that he had every day he woke up and got out of bed. Kobe Bryant came up with the phrase, Mamba mentality, and if you're wondering what this phrase means, here's how he explained it. Mamba mentality is all about focusing on the process and trusting in the hard work when it matters the most. It's the ultimate mantra for a competitive spirit. Hard work outweighs talent every time. Mamba mentality is about doing more than the next guy and trusting in the work you put in when it's time to perform. Without studying, preparation, and practice, you're leaving the outcome to fate, and I don't like fate. You see, I believe Kobe Bryant is one of the best NBA players of all time. Something as little as a hashtag for him turned into something that not only athletes, but non-athletes use and embrace as a mindset. You see, life will eat you up and spit you out. I challenge each and every one of you to wake up every day and strive to have that Mamba mentality, because if you do, nothing will stand in your way, and you can achieve anything you choose. Now, it's no stranger to us that this year was a challenging year. I remember back in March of 2020, I was coming home from the Oklahoma Youth Expo, just right after the show was being shut down, and I remember my mom telling me that we were going to have 2 more weeks off of school. Now, in the back of my mind, I was thinking, okay, 2 more weeks of spring break sounds good to me, but in reality, those 2 weeks turned into 3, and then into a month, and then the next thing I knew, my last day of junior year was March 13th. So, not only me, but everyone sitting here in front of me missed out on all our spring activities. No speech contest, no CE contest, no agri-science fair, and no in-person state convention. So, I guess you could say that this was one of those bad days. I'd like to share a quote with y'all, one that my grandpa Vincent always used to say, and I'm sure if you knew my grandpa Vinny at all, you've probably heard this before, but this quote has really, I think it relates to this year a lot, and over the past year, I've been able to understand this quote more than I ever did before. So he says it like this: dive deeper, stay under longer, come up drier. And if you're wondering what the heck does that mean? Well, I'm sure my family has their own perceptions of these words, but I've had a lot of time to think about them, and I'd like to share what they mean to me. FFA members and guests, life is hard. It'll kick you down, pick you up, and push you in every which direction if you let it. But what are you going to do when life gets tough? Are you going to lay down and let it walk all over you, or are you going to get up and face fire with fire? You see, to be successful in life, you have to go the extra mile. You have to have that, what my dad likes to say, the eye of the tiger. You see, when you think you've done enough, you haven't. I promise you, there's always going to be someone who's working harder. When you think you've found that finish line, run a little further, dive a little deeper, stay under a little longer, because then, and only then, will you come up dry. You'll come up and you'll find more success than you've ever known before. You'll be so far ahead of your opponents that they'll never be able to catch up. Ladies and gentlemen, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. You see, we've had a tough year in 2020, but in the wise words of our first president, George Washington, the harder the conflict, the greater the triumph. And look at all that we've accomplished in 2020. We had numerous public speakers this year, one individual actually giving a speech for the first time and making it to the state contest, placing fourth. We had countless numbers of agri-science fair projects. Just look around you, they're all here. Out of those, we had 8 state champion projects. We can't forget about that agri-science fair sweepstakes trophy. We had 5 CDE teams compete at the national level, and 1 ag issues team that was a state champion. We had 3 state champion proficiency winners along with 2 runners-up. We had a state finalist, a state star finalist in agri-science, and a state star finalist for Star Farmer. And finally, we had 8 seniors receive their state degrees. You see, even in times of trouble, uncertainty, and doubt, we have persevered. FFA members, obstacles do not have to stop you. If you run into a wall, don't turn around and give up. Find a way to climb it, go through it, work around it, because then you will find your greatest success. Now, I think it's about time I give thanks to those who have helped me find my success. First, I'd like to give thanks to the man upstairs. Thank you for blessing me with this wonderful life I get to live. Thank you for placing me in this town, this community, in this chapter, so I really couldn't see myself anywhere else. To my parents, Mom and Dad, thank you for always being my rocks. I know that no matter what, I will always be able to count on you guys for anything. You will always support me in whatever I choose in life. Thank you for raising me and teaching me the value of hard work. You both have given up so much for me to be successful in this life, and for that, I'm forever grateful. To my grandparents, I know they're all not able to be here tonight, but they all deserve a thank you. First off, thank you for giving me my parents. But I know I can always count on all of you guys to be the first ones in the stands at every softball game, basketball game, or livestock show. Thank you for installing the agriculture industry into our family, and thank you for loving me unconditionally. To Miss Smith, or as I like to call her, General Smithers. Thank you for showing me that there is more to this organization than just a show halter and a show stick. Although public speaking events are still my least favorite, thank you for pushing me to branch out of my comfort zone and help me to be the best student that I can be. Ms. Leonard, thank you for being my chauffeur to every livestock show for the past 5 years. I probably would never gotten to showing hogs or sheep for that matter if it weren't for you, but my parents' pockets are probably a lot fuller. They'd probably be a lot happier. Without you pushing me to do so much in my 8th grade year and getting my feet wet, I probably wouldn't be as involved as I am today. Thank you both for being such great role models for me these past years. I truly believe that I would not be standing up here today if it wasn't for the both of you. Thank you for showing me how to be an art teacher, because that's what I'm going to do someday. So, Miss Boone, thank you. I'm new this year, but thank you for coming in and bringing a breath of fresh air. I know there's some student teachers who come in and sometimes don't do a lot, but Miss Boone came in, she filled her role great, she helped our chapter tremendously this year, and thank you for being a rock star. To Zach and Wade, thank you for both giving up their time as your wives to be with us all. I know it can sometimes be hard on your families, but their hard work and dedication to this organization is what makes this chapter successful, so I truly appreciate it. Mr. Hogue, Mr. Jackson, Mr. Tanner, and all the administration, thank you for everything that you guys do. Without the help from you guys, we wouldn't be able to do a lot of the stuff we do get to do, and we really wouldn't be as successful as a chapter without y'all. Special thanks to Mr. Hogue and Mr. Jackson for keeping me on track this year with my grades. I'm pretty sure you did that more than my parents. To the community, thank you for allowing me to represent this town at the state and the national level. Thank you guys for all your endless support to this organization. It really truly means a lot. To my friends, to my fellow friends and members of the FFA, thank you guys for allowing me to lead you this past year. It has truly been an honor. I hope you all find your passion in the FFA just like I did. I wish you all the best of luck in the coming years. I know you guys will do great. As my time in this corduroy jacket comes to a close, I'd like to leave you all with one last thing. My favorite quote from Dr. Seuss. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. FFA members, you are in control of your life. Remember that. Sure, there are external factors that influence us all, but remember that you control your life. You steer yourself any direction you choose. Thank you guys. Good night. Would all the officers please come forward for the installation of the 2021-2022 Oologah FFA Chapter Officer Team. And these 8 individuals have done a lot this year. We've conquered a lot considering the facts of what this year has brought to us. So please join me in congratulating them all. Now the moment that some of you do not want to happen, and others are anxious to see what office they are. So, without further ado.
Alright, well I am extremely pleased to announce that your new 2021-2022 Oologah FFA chaplain is Ross Turner. I am pleased to announce that your 2021-2022 historian is Ms. Courtney Black.
Okay, so your new 2021-2022 Chapter Sentinel is Miss Reagan Smith. Before I announce your new Oologah like to give a few thank yous for my last 5 years in this organization. I would like to thank my FFA advisors, Ms. Leonard and Ms. Smith, for giving me the best opportunities and the best times these past few years. I'd like to thank my fellow officer team and my friends for this great time in this blue jacket. And your next Oologah FFA reporter is one of my best friends, Emily Cook.
Sorry about that. Your 2021-2022 treasurer is the one and only Addie Dobbins.
You didn't turn this thing off. All right, so before I announce your 2021-2022 secretary, I have to say thanks to Miss Sammy Leonard and Miss Katie Smith. I'm kind of hard to play sometimes, but these two definitely keep me in mind. And I got to thank my parents, Lyle and Ray. You guys have literally just pushed me to be everything that I am today. And more than everyone, thanks to these two right here. Just because not only these two, but the rest of the seniors in the room, you guys are somebody that I really look up to, and I think the future of agriculture is bright if you guys have anything to do with it. All right, so without further ado, your 2021-2022 Chapter FFA Secretary goes to Ms. Taylor McKee.
Before I officially retire, there's a few things I have to say. Thank you to both of my ag officers for the past 5 years. I've known sometimes when I came to a speech contest in my tennis uniform, more stressed out than I could see straight, you guys somehow got me to give those speeches. Of course, I have to thank my parents for never getting mad at me because I never told them how I did at contests until I got home. And as much as it pains me to say, I have to thank my brother, because without him, I would have never put on this jacket or have accomplished all I've got to do these past 5 years. It's with a very happy heart, your 2021-2022 Oologah FFA Vice President, Ms. Riley Smith.
Well, I'm pleased to announce that your 2021-2022 Oologah FFA President is Mr. Larry Blakely.
Madam Secretary, do you have a record of any further business which should now be transacted?
All FFA members need to stay and help clean up. Do not leave at the conclusion of the banquet.
Does any member know of any new or unfinished business which should probably come before this banquet? We're about to adjourn this meeting of the Oologah FFA chapter. As we mingle with others, let us be diligent labor, just in our dealings, courteous to everyone, and above all, honest and fair in the game of life. Fellow members and guests, join me in a salute to our flag.